Okay.
Hi guys.
Let's see if we get a notification.
Vale, que no.
Give it a second, guys.
Que no hay ni Dios.
Pero en mi cuenta que se vea.
Si le das a finish, it's finished, right?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to move it a bit like this. I know you can see the word. Okay, now we have one viewer. Who is it? We have one viewer, but nothing comes up, so write your name.
Maybe they are disconnected. Well, let's start, right? Let's say hello, or you cannot tell who is there, right?
Okay. Present yourself. Hello, Su Heng Wei.
Hi, Heng Wei.
Hi.
How are you?
We hope you've prepared your questions. Henry. Okay, cool.
Oh, Henry. Sorry.
We hope you've prepared your questions because you're first. We're gonna answer yours first.
I'm good. Okay. Awesome. Maybe let's wait like a few seconds just to see if some other people just join us.
Yeah, because the notification still hasn't come out to everybody.
Oh, isn't?
It hasn't informed me.
Oh,
guys,
okay.
Have you gotten a notification?
I don't think so. But it's literally 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And it depends on your.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Time zones and stuff.
Where are you from, by the way? Henry? Don't say that we lost you. I didn't get the notification.
Yeah, me neither.
It normally comes in.
Check if it's on our page and you can see it.
There's 2 people.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live now?
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, you're from Taipei, Taiwan. Awesome. How did you hear from us?
Nice.
Did you find us on Google? Did you find us on Facebook?
Yeah, maybe you are part of the program already. Maybe he's typing. Okay. We can see everyone, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Maybe should we start
Let's present.
introducing ourselves? Okay.
Does everybody present themselves? Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hi, I'm Emilia, and we're all part of the marketing crew, except this one's a more special one. But yeah, my name's Emilia. I'm from Bulgaria, and I'm loving ArchitectUS.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Patricia Garcia. I'm from Madrid. Oh, transcript. Okay. And I'm here to help you out with all your questions, but let's continue with the introductions.
Hi guys, my name is Sandra and I'm from Romania and I'm the marketing assistant of ArchitectUS.
Hi, I'm Isa. I'm from Spain and I'm part of the marketing team as well. And I will be so happy to reply to your questions.
Okay, great. I think that here we are, right?
Yeah.
So Henry, our friend Henry from Taipei is ready to start sending us some questions. So please go ahead. Let us know what are your main concerns or how can we assist you.
Or if you want just general information. Yeah, nice to meet you too, virtually,
Nice to meet you too.
but still.
Are you actually in Taipei now? This is so cool. I don't even know what time is there.
Me neither.
Yes, sure. Okay.
Maybe you can tell a little bit about the program?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. While you're typing, actually, we're going to briefly introduce you to our program. So we are a global platform that
1 a.m.
is 1 a.m. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We feel so honored.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so we are the first program specializing in internships and trainings positions in the US for architects and engineers from all over the world. So we are here basically to assist you to achieve your American dream and get a professional experience in the US, right? So we not only sponsor your J1 visa and take care of all the tedious paperwork that we are all familiar with, but also we, help you to find the perfect opportunity for your profile. Meaning that if you're accepted in the program based on your portfolio and CV, we can help you to find an opportunity in a leading company in the US. So basically, those are the two opportunities that we offer, the two programs. One is the J1 visa program that is only meant to be for those who already have an offer from a company and therefore only needs a sponsorship. And in that particular case, we will assist you and the company with all the paperwork and process and answer your questions and make sure that the timeline is smooth and you get to the US within 30 days. So this is a pretty fast track process. And in the other program, which is the Job Plus J1 visa program, we not only sponsor your visa, but also, as I said, we make sure that after screening your portfolio and CV, we can help you to find a proper opportunity. It's always compensated. That is one important thing to say. Yeah. I mean, we don't accept any sort of positions, either internships or trainings, that are not compensated. So you can be certain about having a great experience from the very beginning, and you don't have to worry about saving money and so on. So that's pretty much the overall kind of explanation of what we do. But, Stefania Studi just joined us. Hello, how are you? So yeah, I think that the best thing to do in this section is just to start with your questions, right? So please, feel free to send us any comment. Why don't you want to add something, guys?
Well, tell us whether you've heard of us before so that we know how much to introduce, how you found us, so that we know what's working. Have you signed up for any of our programs? Okay, we've got questions. Thank you, Henry.
Okay.
Do you want me to read them to you?
Sure.
Okay. So Henry asks, his first question is, what kind of drawing quality ArchitectUS requires for portfolio? Can I compare the quality with those drawings from graduate and undergraduate in the US?
Okay, good question. So basically, guys, like then you're interested in us helping you to find the opportunity there. So just to guide you through the process, the first thing will be to register in our Job Plus J1 visa program in our website, and then you will get an automatic email saying where to upload your CV and portfolio. So then every Monday we review potential candidates and make you comments based on your particular portfolio. But for your question, just so you know, we basically always recommend that your drawings are not only line drawings, but also have like the more versatile that you go, the better. So it will be good that you include renderings, elevations, plans, sections, even details, so you can prove yourself as a rounded or well-versed architect, no matter how young or how developed you are in your professional career. So in terms of the quality, it's very difficult to assess without seeing it. But as I just said, we really take into consideration those portfolios that are strong in terms of concept and design, but also in technical and construction detailing. So yeah, probably the best is that you just send it to us and we review it and make you our comments.
He has more questions to do with that. His second question is CAD skill more well-liked now for finding a job?
Okay.
Which skills would you like to recommend?
Good question. So it really depends on the type of company that you are interested in work at. So as you probably are familiar with, the US architects are well developed in terms of parametric softwares. So BIM, all the BIM world, Revit, Grasshopper, and ArchitectUS, well, all those parametrics are really developed and already are part of the professional kind of industry. But it's true that that also depends on the size of the company. So many small boutique offices are still in AutoCAD. So don't feel that you're going to be disqualified automatically if you only use AutoCAD. The truth is that having Revit, that will definitely help you. But as I said, we have small companies that work with AutoCAD, so that shouldn't be a problem.
His next question is, can urban designer and planner find jobs via ArchitectUS? So what kind of architects and designers?
You have really good questions, Henry. So yes, basically, you know, we work with all the fields that the architecture profession kind of covers. So we have interior designers, landscape architects, urban planners, designers as architects, and even lighting. So it really depends on the amount of requests that we receive. We can start screening and picking, you know, to what sort of opening we can send you to. So definitely, yeah, you're more than welcome if you're interested in that.
So there's 2 more questions about the portfolio. Well, how many projects are the best amount for a portfolio?
How many projects?
Should it be, and so on.
So that again, how many?
How many projects are the best amount for a portfolio?
Well,
how many to include? How many
yeah. Well, that's a very difficult question to answer because it doesn't really depend on the amount of projects. It's the quality, right, of the projects that you saw. So we have received, in many cases, like portfolios with 30 projects, but most of them are like, you know, very fast track, residential, imagine, and they're only like in CAD level, and they don't show, as I said, other features of you as an architect. So the best for you would be just to show only what you think that describes you more as a professional and what you think is the strongest. What I mean with this, so we even have portfolios with only 1 project. Like people, for instance, from Spain, they have a very tough thesis project at the very end of their professional career, and that normally compiles everything. You know, that type of project talks about not only design, the concept, the urban planning of the project, the construction, even services, installations, everything. So if that project is strong enough and is actually going to be better than the project that you have been collaborating with as a professional, we will always recommend you just to show that. But that is part of the revision that we do with the selection committee. So the best, probably, as this is case by case, just send us your portfolio, and if we see that someone is less strong that, you know, other, we will let you know. It's better just to get rid of this, or actually send us more documents, perfect documents about this project, or something like that.
So another question is, do I need a cover page for my portfolio?
You don't really need that. We actually try to keep it simple, basically because you have to take into account that whoever is going to review your portfolio, either is an HR manager or an actual architect, they're busy, right? So this is not core business. This is just about, for you, it's a world, right? Because you are battling to get the opportunity of your life, probably, you know, just to start your professional career overseas, and that means a lot. But for them, this is just part of their daily basis, right? They're just trying to find someone that's suitable for what they're looking for. So basically, they will be probably just flicking through your portfolio, like and I'm not exaggerating, like, I don't know, 40 seconds to a minute. So imagine the small window that you're going to have to prove yourself. So the stronger images you can show, the best drawings that you can have, it will be better for you because your chances are going to be little. And if you start just adding covers and text and wide images, I know the architects, we are very into minimalism. I'm an architect, so I'm on your boat. I know I've gone through this, but I mean, you really have to go straight to the point, especially with Americans. They're really like, show me what you have and show it to me now. Otherwise, next. So you really have to, focus on that. Hope that clarifies.
So Henry's last question kind of already got answered, which is what factors a marvelous resume should have. So I think that Patricia really well summarized, because of course it's quite a large topic.
Yeah.
But what the most important things. But what we found out as program advisors as well is that the selection committee usually does give back feedback that's more specific in case if you have too many projects, or if you don't have enough, or if the quality of them is good, then usually they're given a chance. So it's more about how good the work is itself, but then how it's formulated can be adapted, correct?
Correct, yeah. So basically what we come up with after the gathering in the selection committee is three type of categories. You will either be accepted right away because you're super strong and we want you to be in our pool of candidates. You will be unfortunately rejected if you don't meet the excellence standards that we have in ArchitectUS, or if we see potential and if we see that this is only a matter of how you show your drawings or how you explain your project, and it's just a matter of tweaking some bits and bobs, we will let you know. So we won't disqualify you right away. We really want to be part of the process and make you feel like we take care of your particular case and we give you mentoring directly to you.
Okay, so Henry, we hope you got your questions answered. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to add them. But let's move on to Estefania, who has asked us 2 questions. One of them we've already answered, but that's okay. Like, ask the questions as you come in. Even if they've been answered, we'll answer them for you. Which is, are the practices paid?
Yes. Probably you missed this part at the very beginning, but that is very important topic in our philosophy. So when I first started ArchitectUS, I really thought that there is a need of a change in the culture of opportunities. What I'm trying to say with that is that I worked in New York for 4 years as an architect, right? So I had many, many friends who had made it through the academia track, meaning that they came to the US studying on postgrad or a master's degree or something like that, which is a great way of doing it, but obviously not everyone can afford that. And I really believe that talent has nothing to do with economic means, and therefore our program will only encourage paid positions, either internships or trainings. So you don't have to worry about that, because if we are helping you to find a career opportunity, we will always send you the information that we have in terms of the offer, and you can decide whether you want to be part of the selection process or not. And even if you don't know the conditions for that position yet, because that can be the case, once you have the interview, if they offer you something that is not suitable for what you need, you can reject the offer, just as a normal selection process that you will be going through in the streets. So answer, sorry, I just talked too much. Yes, you will only get access to paid positions.
But once again, just for the people joining, let's just remind everybody that there's 2 programs. So one of the programs is where we do make sure that all the programs that all the practices are paid, that it's a great company, that it's going to get accepted, and so on. But there's also the J1. So don't worry if, for example, you get an offer from the United States and it's a company that offers you, for example, less than the minimum. If you're okay with that, there are ways, for example, if you have a scholarship that your university or your government is giving you or so on. So it's kind of case by case. So don't get discouraged, even though it's harder, because most of us have lived in the US, so we know how expensive it is. And that's why we really don't encourage it. And when we do talk to host companies that for the J1 program, so for example, you have an offer, you pass us the contact information for that company, and we do ask about it and kind of try to help you out with that, because we do believe that living in the US is amazing, but it's better if you can afford it. So yeah, should we move on with the next question?
Yeah, I can see here.
Wait, there's some really good ones. The next question that Estefania has is, how long does it take to go to the US from the moment you sign up?
Good question. Okay.
Can you sit in your place?
Sure. Yeah, we can move around. Okay, so as I said, this is a very fast-track process. So since we have all the required documents from you as a participant and from the host company, it only takes 30 days for you to start on the job training site. So what does it mean? Basically, on our end, it will only take 30 days, and that also includes the visa appointment at the embassy, your travel, so it's the entire process. But it actually depends basically on how long it takes you to compile all the required documents in your host company. So that is something that is not, it's out of our hands, but we are providing always a very personal service. So we will make sure that we are on top of you to make sure that you know what are the next steps, what missing documents you are still having to send to us or your company. So that shouldn't, normally it takes like 4 to 6 weeks, sorry, if you are at that time that takes you and your company to compile your documents. But the actual processing time is 30 days.
Okay, there's a bit more questions. A lot of questions coming up, thank you for which, but we hope you're patient because we want to really answer them correctly.
I'm going to try to be short. I'm sorry. I'm Spanish. I'm Latin. I talk too much. You can cut me.
Okay, no, it's fine. Because I do believe that these are important questions because
Yes.
we do get a lot of these questions asked every day in the training email, which is the email which some of us answer, and there's other program advisors and so on. But we do get a lot of the same questions, and we're glad that you're asking them. Yeah, so that kind of we can answer them. So Bruno asks, is a trainee a way to find a full-time job in the US?
Yes, really good question. This actually is a tricky topic because so many of you guys come to us asking, well, if I'm an intern, then I won't get paid, or I will be in a very entry-level kind of position. What does a trainee title means? These two concepts, either intern or trainee, is only an immigration category. It's only related to your visa. And we basically call it that way because we have to meet the regulations of the Department of State. But in terms of your position in the host company, it will only be related to your either academic experience or professional experience. So you will get a full-time job even if it's an internship. So as I said, you're going to have a paid position, you're going to have assignated hours per week that you have to make sure that you do, and you're going to have assigned an American supervisor. So basically, before you leave your home country, you're going to have a contract, which is the DS-7202, the Internship Training Placement Plan, is the official document from the Department of State that it will include all these aspects.
So Alexis has a really good question, which is, if I'm an old J1 trainee in the US, also H1B, could I apply for a new J1 visa through your program? So how many times can you have a J1 visa?
Really, 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 really good question. And difficult to answer because it's really case by case. So
that's what I was going to say. It's some of the questions. If you have a specific question, then we should probably research a bit and get back to you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't disqualify automatically someone who has worked or studied already in the US. The key thing here is more how much time has passed by between your studies in the US or your previous visa in the US, because the Department of State wants to make sure that this is an exchange program, meaning that suppose that you haven't got the opportunity before in the US, so this is the first time that you're gonna get it, and after you complete the program, you're gonna go back to your country and share what you learned while in the US. But that doesn't mean that you cannot really apply for that. So it really depends, as I said, in case by case. So we will have to study. Alex is your particular one, but we have got many people who hold an H-1B before, or who actually study in the US before, but at some point they have come back home and gained some academic experience or professional experience. So as I said, again, it depends on your case.
Please write us, email us, so that if you have any further questions that we have you. And also, let's just say that the registration.
I'm gonna email you actually our
email address. So guys, something very important, because we've been asked this as well, is the registration fee.
Oh, sure.
Which means that a lot of people have doubts at the moment of registering.
No, but show me where you add
the two.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
You can register for free and you start getting information, which will help you answer most of these questions. So don't be afraid to sign up, even if you're not 1,000% sure you wanna do it, or you have questions and doubts. Just sign up. I think that's the best advice we can give, because the moment you sign up, we're more focused on helping your case specifically, answering your information, because we do get a lot of emails every day. So having you in the system, knowing, for example, whether you're qualified as a trainee, as an intern, which of the programs you're interested in, all of this will help us help you. So register.
I was just gonna say that actually maybe it's a good idea that you just type, so everyone can get the direct access to the J1 visa program, the link, and then also the Jobs.J1 visa program. So, so then as we are talking, maybe you can just, include that links in the pipeline. So
we have another really good question that Bruno asks, which is, do you help trainees to get a health insurance?
Yeah, really good. Yes, that's part of our program cost. So basically, it doesn't matter whether you participate in the J1 visa program or in the Job.J1 visa program, that we will give you a package of benefits, which include that includes not only the J1 visa sponsorship, obviously, but also the health insurance for the entire program. So you're going to be covered, and you're going to be sure that you meet the minimum standards for the health insurance. And also you're going to be covered during your grace period. What is the grace period? Is the time that you can stay in the US after your program has been completed, which is really cool, because in most of other work visas cases, as soon as your visa is expired or gets terminated, you have to kind of leave within 10 days or something like that, like right away. But the government gives you 30 days, the grace period, for you to travel or do your arrangements before leaving the country. And that is also included. And we also include the service visa fee, which are $180, that every participant in the Exchange J1 visa program has to pay in order to get in the country. So when you receive our costs, you will see that everything is included, basically. Oh, thanks, Isa. Our colleague just sent you guys the link to the J1 visa program. That is, again, just to send a quick reminder, the program that we offer for those who have already an offer from a company. And then she's going to send the Job.J1 visa program, which is the one that I mentioned is for those who want us to help with to find a career opportunity.
Just because questions are kind of going up, this is a really good one. Can a J1 work something else while doing the training program?
No.
No, but there's a good explanation for it.
Okay, go for it.
So basically, the idea of this J1 visa isn't just to go see the US, have a great time, do a brigade, pick flowers and whatnot, or just go to travel and kind of get the occasional job. This visa is to help you, and that's why it's like career training, because the goal of it is gaining professional experience. So when you go back, it's not that you've just been to the US, it's actually that you've worked and gained the same experience you would have in another place, but better, because you see like another side. So international experience is always the best, but especially when it's very specialized. Like when you go there with the idea that you're going to earn the money you need to live, so you wouldn't have to worry about working in another place, but also being able to focus on what you're doing, on the projects you have. And in your free time, instead of working, you actually get to travel and see amazing places, which you should follow our blog, because our participants, so the people that are already in the States, yeah, they write. Have you sent the link yet to the blog? They write about their experiences, which is really interesting because you can get ideas of what you can do when you're there. We also create kind of like a society of the people there. So like there's a WhatsApp group where people meet up. So when you're there, you actually get to live the authentic experience of living there, making friends, already having friends.
We really create like a community. That's one of our main goals. We want to make sure that, as Amy said, you're not only living the experience on yourself, by your own and trying to make friends there, but also feel, the kind of tribe feeling of being part of that community of people that not only are in the same kind of field of profession that you are, but also are in the same state. Kind of coming across with all those fears about, the new life. Where should I go? How can I make friends? Where are the best places to go out for? All that type of things, or even for gaining new network, a professional network. So, but I wanted to add something that is really important for you to know is that going back to the question that I don't know if it was Bruno who placed it, but in terms of working. It's not only about the experience, but it's also completely illegal. So you will be violating the program regulations, the Department of State regulations by doing that, because you cannot search second work there. Your visa is completely attached to your host company, to the company that you work for. And that's one of the reasons why we make sure that you're going to be making at least, some fair amount of money, so you don't feel obliged to seek for a second job.
Yeah. So we have a really good question from Maria, which I would say is a bit more specific. So if you can send us that in an email so we can look into your case, because as it is, it's case by case, but I'll read it out loud.
She's from Russia. Oh my God, how cool is that? How do you hear from us, Maria? Well, sorry.
I'll read your question while you type out where you found us from. But it's, I work as an architect in Russia, but I don't have an official degree. Can I still be part of the program?
That is also another particular case. So we will definitely need to see your CV, to see where is your academic background, because it can be a postgrad course, but it depends on, the hours of that course and the type of degree that you got out of that postgrad. Even though it's not an official degree from a university or college, it can be accepted. So definitely don't hesitate and just sign up for the program. And once we receive your CV, we will make sure to to review internally and come up with a specific answer for you. I think that our colleague Isa just sent the link to the blog that we invite you all to to join the community or start flicking through it. I'm sure that you get inspired by others' experiences. So there are more questions.
Yes, we're going to go to Mark's question in just 1 second, because this is a follow-up from Maria. Do you manage visas from Russia also?
Yes, we work globally. We first started in Spain, but we have sent people from more than 20 nationalities already. So we have we're very, very close to reach the 100 people. I can't believe
you can be part of those.
Yeah, we're very close to reach the 100 people working currently in the US. And we have people from Canada, Brazil, Argentina, Hong
UK.
Kong, UK, Spain, France, Italy, Croatia, Germany, Russia. Well, I'm not sure about Belenka. Is she Russian? She's from Montenegro.
No.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but
I'm sure we do have someone
I
Russian.
think this is Russian.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no. I understand your concerns, but no. So far, the political problems between the U.S. and Russia hasn't infected us. So.
Okay, let's go to Mara's question, because then I have a couple of questions that I'm sure people haven't thought of yet, but would be interested in. But let's see Mara's question, which is it easy to find a company interested in an architect doing this training program? Is it common for U.S. companies to get trainees? So I think that is part of what we do. So we do have partnering companies which spread the word, because what we're trying to do is revolutionize basically the architectural community in the United States, because for companies there, it actually really doesn't matter. They don't have to do any more paperwork to documents, but for them, it's really, if you're talented and they choose to hire you, they don't have any of that paperwork or issues that they would have with other visas, which is something that might freak out companies when they hear visa.
Yeah.
But then when you explain what a J1 intern trainee visa is, they instantly get it, because for them, it's just a person with a different standpoint, with another view of the world, which only contributes to them wanting
They actually
trainees.
get like, wait a minute. So you are giving me access to global talent at zero cost, and I don't have to worry about all the red tape, process. And what's the trick? So they're really open to bring that diversity and those fresh and global ideas, because obviously that's always a plus in their designing process and in the daily basis, right, of an office work. So that diversity is something that Americans really appreciate, and they won't really care about your, as I said, immigration title, your trainee title. They would only care about what you can bring to the team. What is your, they will treat you as an important asset of the team.
And if I can split that question into two, because I don't understand whether you're asking whether it's easy for us to find you jobs or whether it's easy for you to find one. If you decide to look for yourself, do sign up for our J1 visa program, even though you don't have a host company, because we do send you recommendations on what to say in order to get companies interested. Because it is quite different, because what we offer is we're trusted by these companies because they know the level of talent we provide, they know what the J1 visa is, so they're more open to it. But if you decide to search by yourself...
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't you send the link to the actual banner of the website with all the logos of the host companies that we're with?
Yeah.
I mean, that will give you just a hint, but we have a network of, I would think, even over 50 host companies across the entire US. We obviously get a lot of requests for the main capitals, like New York, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, but we have actually people working in more remote places, such as Tucson or Seattle. Well, Seattle is pretty big, but I mean, it's not like one of those flashy kind of cities. But we have people in Miami. We are in communications already with companies in Puerto Rico. I mean, like, whatever you picture yourself, there's always, what is the proverb? When there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. And also, whatever floats your boat. Like, if
I
you
didn't know that one.
That's like, if you like small towns.
Yeah, I mean,
go for a small town.
Yeah,
it's really about what you want, and whether you believe we can offer that to you. Then sign up for the Job Plus J1. If you're pretty sure you can do it yourself, because why not?
Why not?
You're talented, you can do it. Sign up for the other one. But why I talk so much about signing up is so that we can keep in contact. Because we've had cases of people that were still studying 2 years ago, but now they keep receiving, for example, our newsletters where we share really interesting information, and they go, oh, now I can go. Can I go now? Yeah. So it's really kind of keeping in touch, because we're cool, you're cool, so let's be friends. But
yeah. No, it's important for you to know that when you decide that you want to keep your own track and try yourself, that's totally fine. I mean, pretty much we have half of the J1 visa program and the Job Plus J1 visa program participants. But just so you know that we will be part of the process no matter what, no matter which program you pick. What I'm trying to say is that, you know, in many cases you apply yourself to opportunities and the company is like, oh, I really like your portfolio. I think that you could be a great fit for the company, but I'm not sure about the visa. I've heard that it's difficult. I'm sure that it's going to take a lot of time, money, cost. Is when we actually get in the picture. So you contact us right away, and we will make sure to call, you know, the contact that you have in the potential company interested in on your profile, and we will go through the process, explain them how we operate, and the fact that we are part of the that we are regulated by the Department of State, that gives them a lot of kind of security, and that will help you to, you know, to get the offer.
Okay, because I'm seeing that a lot of people that are architects are joining, so we can talk about the J1 visa program more specifically in just 1 second, because we have Valentin Duarte Rivas who has written us in Spanish, so you can answer in Spanish, but like in 1 minute, so then everybody else can understand.
I mean, I can read it in English for everyone. I'm sure that Valentin will be able to follow us.
Okay.
So he's actually asking if we had sent people from Mexico, architects from Mexico, to work there, and that he's a student in architecture, and he's about to finish, and he would like to get the opportunity through our programs. So yes, as we were saying earlier before, we don't have any limitations in terms of geographics. We have participants from Mexico. We actually just placed someone from Mexico that he actually was in the US with a tourist visa, trying to get the opportunity and firstly join the J1 visa program, but unfortunately he couldn't get the opportunity. So then he contacted us again, and he said, well, now I would like you to give it a try and see if you can find me an opportunity. And so we did. So we're really happy. He's going to join, I cannot give the details, but a company in New York. So yeah, you will see his experiences like a Mexican in New York very soon in our blog. So remember to stay tuned.
Okay, so now let's just do 1 second of presenting the J1 visa for those who aren't architects. So basically, for example, until quite recently, I didn't know what a J1 visa was. And for me, when I hear visa, it sounds like something really hard with a lot of paperwork and probably not going to work out.
Yeah, and you don't even try.
Yeah, and you don't even try. Not this one. So with the J1 visa program is you have to find yourself the job, but that's also good because if you're not an architect, and architecture is what we specialize in, then you find yourself an offer. And if you want to live the American experience and gain experience there, if you really just contact companies, so for example, I say go for it. Like, write the companies that you like, ask them whether you can spend a year learning from them, and give them our details. Say that you already have a J1 visa sponsor. Most of them know what that means. If not, pass us their details. We call them. We tell them how easy it is, how they have nothing to lose, and it's going to be great for both sides. So going to the US isn't as hard anymore because you have this amazing experience.
Yeah.
Like you have the community, you have the healthcare. It's basically, what more do you need?
Yeah, basically, you know, the main issue normally is just thinking that it's going to be very secure process, and you don't know where to start from, and that it's going to cost you a lot. We actually got a few participants that, you know, sign up for the program saying that they have already paid a lawyer, or that they have been asked for thousands of dollars for this type of visa. Be careful with that. It's a scam, even though they are lawyers, because there's no need of a lawyer for this type of visa. The other work visas, H-1B, O-1s, well, there's a world right, of visas in the U.S. immigration. They require the expertise of a lawyer, but not the J1 visa. So you cannot apply for a J1 visa on your own, but you have to go through an official designated sponsor. That's our role. We partner with a sponsor in the US, so you will also have the assistance of an American company throughout your entire program while you're there. So you don't really have to worry about paying fees of lawyers or going crazy with all this paperwork, because on your end, actually, this is a really good thing to actually send them as well, the required documents.
I was gonna say, let's mention them.
Yeah. So on your end, it will be a matter of literally passport, resume, portfolio only if you're an architect, so remove it from the list. 2 reference letters.
If you're a trainee.
If you're a trainee. 1 if you're an intern, but that's details. So reference letters, your transcripts, and your degree. That's it. Obviously, if you have a certificate of your level of English, that will be awesome. But if you don't have it, don't worry about that. We will
conduct English interviews, so it's fine.
Yeah, we will conduct an English interview and make you a certificate if you prove that you can communicate in English. That's actually one question that we get quite often. It's like, is it compulsory to speak English? Well, yeah, it's quite obvious if you want to work in the US, right? I mean, it's true that it's pretty likely that you're gonna have like a ton of different languages in your office. What there's someone from overseas as well. But that doesn't mean that you don't need to speak the language. I mean, you're going to be working. It's a professional experience. So you have to be able to articulate your thoughts, to be able to communicate, to explain out a project.
To understand when you're spoken to as well.
Yeah, and to understand the task that your supervisor asks you to. So it doesn't need to be a bilingual or professional level, but you need to be able to communicate yourself.
Okay, and should we mention really quick the difference between intern and trainee? Because I feel like it's a question that we get a lot from, for example, really experienced people that say, but I was registering on your site and it comes up that I'm an intern, but I have 6 years of experience. What happens there? So we use intern and trainee separately just because it's something the government, it's terminology that really doesn't apply. Because what we're offering is professional experience. Yeah. So you might go as an intern and be in a really high position and have a lot of responsibilities and be doing something that like managers are doing because you have that experience. However, just on documents, you might be an intern if you're still studying, which obviously you probably won't have 5 years of experience, but or you
can be doing a master's.
Yeah.
After 5 years of experience, at some point you finish your bachelor's, your postgrad school years ago, and at some point you said, I actually want to go back to school and get my master's. And once you have finished, then you come up with the idea, what about working in the US now? And then you sign up for the program. So at that particular moment, just because you have recently graduated from a postgrad, post-secondary school, you will immediately become an intern. But again, this is only the immigration title. It has nothing to do with your salary, has nothing to do with your title in the company. You can be a project architect or senior design professional at the company, but having your intern visa in your passport is completely different thing.
And the only difference that you will notice, which is quite obvious, is the maximum length that you can do the program. So if you're an intern, you can do 1 year, and if you're a trainee, you can do a maximum of 1.5 years. Of course, you can do shorter programs. Yeah. So for example, if you get offered a 6-month internship, or in the case of the UK, where you kind of have to do an internship, why not do your internship in the US? So yeah, it's a great way to go, get great experiences, great career experience. So
I think that's a really good explanation of the two main difference, because that causes a lot of confusion in many cases. It was funny, we had once a PhD student was like, wait a minute, am I an intern? And I was like, and he's making, I think, $70,000. So obviously he was not overpaid being an intern. It's just that he was not an intern in terms of the hierarchy within the company. He was only an intern per the immigration regulations. That's all. So keep that in mind, so you don't feel discouraged or something.
So
I don't know if we have any other questions.
Specific ones. I feel like we're talking a lot about like the architecture side, which is understandable because we're ArchitectUS or ArchitectUS. But no, we're ArchitectUS, so we do specialize in this for the Job Plus J1 visa program, and just for the J1 visa program, you can be doing anything. Like whatever you get an offer in, it's just kind of sign up so that you can get the recommendations on what to say, how to approach the companies, to give them that peace of mind that they don't have to deal with any visas, any paperwork. So
you can come from marketing, you can come from business, from I don't know, any discipline. It doesn't really have to be architecture or engineering. You are more than welcome to join the program, and we will be happy to help you out with, to accomplish your American dream. As I said, we have almost 100 people currently working, living their professional dream in the US, and I think that America has never been so close. So don't give up on your dreams. There's always a door or a window or a way to make it, and feel free to send us comments or email us after the Facebook live is over to training@architect-us.com. If you can write it down again.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Our colleague just send it. We will be happy to help you. We want to welcome. We just got a lot of people signing up, but I don't know. Yeah, hello. You probably missed part of the session already. So if you have any questions, just it's your time.
Should we do like a brief one sentence of what we do? ArchitectUS, we make your American dream come true.
Yes, in terms.
I really do feel that's the best. It sounds like a slogan.
It
really summarizes the two programs. Like, we can find you a job, or you can find your job and we just help you get there.
Yeah.
So whatever floats your boat, we can make it happen.
Yeah.
I make it sound like we're magicians.
No, you sound like if you were American, but you're actually not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very commercial. It's great, but she's totally right. We're here to help you find the right way of making it possible. So I don't know if we missed any questions.
I hope we didn't miss any questions.
Yeah, I see many people, but I don't know if we missed. Okay, we already answered this.
I think we got some on the email, but if we don't have time for that, we'll just answer.
Yeah, I'm just remembering one that I just got this morning. Someone who was actually married and had a kid already and got an offer for an American company. So it was a young girl asking if she could actually move to the US, accept the offer, and then take her husband and kid with her. And obviously that is possible. You're not gonna have to quit your life and leave your family behind just to accomplish your dream. There is a way, and there's a specific visa for that is called the J2 visa, and that is meant to be for J1 dependents. What is a dependent? Is actually that your wife or husband and your children. So we will be able to take care of that if it's your particular case. You will be the only one having the right to work in the US with your visa, but that is only at the very beginning, because one of the good things or benefits of the J1 visa is that the J2 dependents, they can ask or apply for a work permit once they are in the US. So, when you get in the United States, you will automatically have your contract and everything, but until you are in America, your husband or wife won't be able to apply for the work permit. So it takes a little bit more time than you, but from the very beginning, they will be completely legal to stay with you, even if they don't work. But just so you know that they can be there and they can also work in the case that we need that. We actually have a few participants that move with their families. So if that is your particular case, write us and we will put you in contact with one of these participants so you feel kind of encouraged by them.
All of our participants, I think, are pretty friendly and willing to help. So the person that was asking about Mexico, the girl asking about Russia, we can put you in contact if you have specific questions towards these people, or as we said, you can read about them on the blog because they do kind of sometimes write about what it's like for, I don't know, someone from the UK living in the US. So I think it's pretty useful. We do like a lot of tips about the portfolio that Henry asked about. Again, you have tips on the blog to look at the portfolio. So really, anything you need. Website's great for registration. Blog is great for getting more in-depth information.
Okay, I'm seeing here another question that no one really needs, but I think it's important. It is like, what if I already hold an F1 student visa? Can I apply for the J1 visa? Well, if we have to answer immediately, that would be a no. I mean, you're not eligible for a J1 visa if you are just you just finished your student program. But we have got people, cases that they were on a student visa years ago or some time ago, and they moved back to the home country, gained some academic experience or professional experience, and then they became eligible again for the J1 visa. The only problem is that you are not allowed to do a change of your visa status from an F1 to a J1 visa. Basically because both programs are Department of State programs, and they are designed for internationals, so one kind of conflicts with the other one. So the F1 visa is meant to be for internationals who want to study in the US, and the J1 visa is for internationals who want to get trained or get a professional experience in the US. So it's a matter of giving internationals the opportunity to come to the US, either to study or to work. So basically they conflict one with the other. You cannot go from student to J1 right away, but yes after. So I think that that kind of covers the main topics. Salary stipend, I see another question here. We already mentioned that we don't accept any positions that are not paid. Just so you know that the minimum that can be accepted for architects and in general is for any J1 visa participant is $1,300 per month, meaning $1,300. But as Emilia was highlighting before, don't get discouraged by that because again, it's a very case-by-case situation.
Especially if you're studying, and if it's part of your studies, then there's a section where yes, if it's part of your obligatory studies, then if you get credits for it, it's worth more than money. So
yeah, and even if you have your savings, I mean, our ethic is to not approve any unpaid position just because we are against of free labor. But that doesn't mean that you may have your particular circumstances and you have your own savings. You've been saving for the dream of your life of working in the US and you don't mind spending those savings there. Well, that won't be enough. I mean, it's good that you have that intention and you can use your savings, but we will also need, a letter of a guarantor from your parents or from someone that can be your guarantor while you are in the US that proves that they have the income or the money to cover you in case you need it. But that is, as I said, a very particular case. So if you are in one of those cases, just email us and we will review how we can help you with. And I think that we have only 2 minutes. This closes when it gets to the time. We decide. Oh, we decide. Okay. So I don't know if you
Let's
have...
also keep you wanting more. So we'll give you, say, 5 more minutes to ask your most important questions.
Yeah.
And then everything else, register, write us, and we'll answer you. And if you say that you've learned about us from this live,
Yeah,
you'll
please
get
let
like
us know.
special attention.
Yeah, we have some surprises there, but
Yeah.
you have to email us and let us know. I don't know if there's any other... I'm trying to read through some of the questions that they sent us earlier. If it's important. How long can I stay in the US after the program? Well, I think I already covered that. You have the right to stay for 30 days to arrange your things, not only to get the flight to go back home. You can use those 30 days for traveling across the US or for, enjoying those places or things that you haven't been able to do while you were in the program.
And I think there's one more thing that we should mention about the J1 visa success is that why we use the word sponsoring the J1 visa is because we act kind of like a guarantee towards your embassies, towards the government, that we are responsible for you. So when we accept you into the program, agree to do your stuff, that means that we trust you and that the government also trusts us. So it's not like the other visas where there's a lottery or there's some like complicated plan for the government to decide whether they're going to let you in or not. It's kind of, I don't think we've had any issues with anybody getting the visa.
No, we have actually 0% denials.
Yeah, so you go there, you show the paperwork. In the end, you get like a pack with everything you need to take to the embassy. You go there. It's kind of like an open-close case because if we trust you, they trust you. So that's why we use the word sponsoring your visa, because we act as the people that are in charge of your time there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that we covered the most important topics. I don't know if you guys found the session interesting or helpful.
Useful.
Hopefully you did. We will repeat another session. Yeah, please, Isa, join us. We're here, all the marketing team. So we hope that you enjoyed the session, that we help you, and we really look forward to hear from you soon. So, as I said, don't give up on your dreams. I remember when people told me, you want to work in the US as an architect, you must be, dreaming. You're like, yeah, I was dreaming. Then I just went for it and I got it. So,
and now she's making other people's dreams come true. So,
yeah. Paying forward, I guess. So yes, we hope to see you soon in our social media, emailing, or any other platform. So just send us your questions, sign up for the program that you think that fits the best for your case, and stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.